Morning, folks. It's 8:58 a.m. on the 8th month, 13th day, 2025. Right, what we're looking at here is some storms that are about to approach Yamba. It's a very, very severe thunderstorm cell. I've been watching it now for about 2 hours. This one in particular, that's going to be kind of sidewinding its way just past Yamba. It seems to have a bit of a curve to it, this one. If these two cells meet, there's going to be a big problem, but this seems to be riding a beam line, and that this one's been directed toward Yamba, and this one goes to the the northwestern side of whatever this creek is here, the Clarence River. Yeah, the Clarence River. It'll go toward that side. When it gives over the top of this lake, it's really going to get a lot of energy and ions and stuff. You can see that's where before the storm is approaching. But you've got a lot of geoengineering going on, so I'm very, very concerned for this particular cell, which is currently over the Everlasting Swamp National Park. And so the campers there don't be standing under trees, take some shelter, don't be an idiot, okay? It'll pass fairly quickly, maybe 20 minutes is about the average time I've been seeing this storm going over an area. But while it's going over, she's dumping a buckets of water. Buckets of water. That's if an hour of this storm would lead to 10 centimeters of water, then what's 15 minutes? That's over two and a half centimeters of water in the thickest part of this storm is falling within 15 minutes. You will have flash flooding through this valley. So if you're camping out, or you know anybody down here, especially around some of these tributaries, like I'm pointing out here, like at the end of Manton's Road, you're going to have some problems. This blind gully is going to become very visible. Yeah, hint, hint. So watch these low-lying areas. Get up above possible flash flooding specs, because I see all the setup for it right now. And so within the hour, you guys are going to have some inundations headed right towards the center of the towns itself around that area. So be warned, okay? This one here, it seems to be tracking right up over here. It should go right on out towards the ocean. The only thing will stop that is a beam, right? But when it's going straight up, and you could see some of this wood burn here within about 2 hours or so. And so I'm watching out for you. We'll be watching what these cells are doing. That's an hour from now. Make it about 4 hours from now. So your overnight's quite volatile in this area of Australia. Melbourne absolutely got carpet bombed with chem today. This is what's to be expected. It's going to get electrical. It's to be expected. Got a mixing of that cool air from that trough feature I call the trough, and some of that warm tropical air, and some of that Antarctic one that ain't been over the land yet and had land chemicals on it are going to interact and make this quite a storm. Goldie has some really big boomers going over the top of you like currently, and I'll go show you that too right now. And I don't expect those to do much more than they've already done, because that one cell is going to go right over the city center. You see how it dies a bit? It's running into a field of perturbation. It shows up pretty well, actually. If I go over here to the south view, we'll get to you. That's Melbourne, and we'll get to that. I'm very upset. I don't want to go full Tourette's at the beginning of a broadcast, and I'm going to unroll your weekend forecast. Yeah, you see all the chem here just setting all this up? See that scalar square right over the top of Ipswich itself? I bet your ears were ringing. Anybody with fibromyalgia flaring up? Where I would blame the CMF for that. Yeah, so all these storms have been made with these chem bombs, like this one over here, over Wooden Bong. There might be a big smoke out of the Wooden Bong. But you see these little lines they put in there? That's censorship of the image. So the level of clarity, it doesn't prove to you the chemtrails as easily. But come on. What did I do when I first came on? I took screenshots before they did this to this image. Yeah, I've got pictures of this with this not done. This is the censorship that I have to put up with. So I'm going to load one of those. That's why I do that. Which one's this? That's that coast. So let's have a quick peek there. I went a little further up. That's Melbourne. Yeah, it's a shame I got to screenshot like everything, because they're going to take it away from us. Well, let me just do this one real quick. That's nice and clear, right? They're just started to edit it. You see these edit lines here? Well, I'm not going to be able to show you exactly what I wanted, but earlier it was very, very crystal clear to me. When I looked off the coast of gold, I went, my God, you want to see chemical attack? Look at this. Look at this off the coast here. Streaming over. You see, it shows that farewell on the satellite. Fairly well, fairly well. Farewell, and we're in the graves. This is the satellites. I wanted to do the visible, but it's not going to give me everything I want. I hate it when they play with our imagery like this. It really is frustrating. I just want real imagery to use. This is the daylight nighttime image. As it gets dark, the imagery isn't as useful for me. I'm going to take it back 6 hours so I should get some useful imagery. And I'm going to double check that this is actually rolling. Because nothing bothers me more than that. It's doing a forecast in vain. It looks like I'm on. Yes, it says I'm live. That's a good thing. Very, very, very good thing. Okay, so good. Now, Jim boom boom, bada boom boom boom. Jim boom boom plume. Jim boom boom plume. So let's back this up a bit. Let me get some of the top clouds. I wish I could turn off some of the town names. You see the square of this? Where these two wedges hit is where the lightning kicked off. That's what I keep telling you about the colliding of the condensates. It generates a lot of ions. It just does. And well, your radars are pretty much on. They're just not actively showing you the weather. Yeah, they're terrible about that, you know. A big mix of days there, hours of missing data sometimes as we go along. Like this one here. See if we can get anything on the 6s on this. Yeah, I'm doing a live roll. I've actually had to restart my computer one time because it wouldn't type correctly. If I have more than one letter that's the same in a row, it drops them out, and I'll be typing along not knowing when that's happening. Yeah, so if you're getting wild messages from me, they tell you because I'm drunk. It's because I ain't figured out yet how to change that setting on this computer. Yeah, I wish I was drunk. Yeah, none of that going on. See the big cells coming through? See the big geostars you just had? That's all been fueled by chem. All that shit was made by this shit up here in your sky. These plasmoids and this chemical attack here. That'll be the storm catalyst there. Yeah, it's a shame. And people don't even believe you when you're seeing it right in front of your own eyeballs. Right in front of your own eyes. They chemically attacked you. Look at this crap off the coast here. Look at this shit. The whales that I cherish so much are enjoying breathing that in their blowholes. Yeah, I have a blowhole full of that. I think I can get a better image of that if I do this. I get tired of the bad imagery. And they get satellites that take a picture of what you're reading on your phone from space, but yet I can't get a clear image of the fucking clouds on the ground. It's time to take some funding away. Because if they're using stuff they say they're supposed to be showing you the weather with, and they're not showing you the weather with, like this here, right here, look at this. Spokes on a wheel, folks, spokes on a wheel. They're all pointing towards a radar station right about there. Excuse me, I'm getting upset. This is quite an interesting chem formation here. Right, what do you see first off? No, we don't want none of that. I don't want a quick react, I want that. We get hoop, 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 spokes, 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 spokes. It's yielding a lot of squares inside. Every one of them outside wedges like that. And there's a square inside each one of those out here. Here, 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 and here. Where the explosion happens and it blows out. The cloud condensates, it changes the dynamics. Like the same thing going right here. It's a chem deployment. Swirl, 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 swirl. A swirl, 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 scalar square. Is there a radar over there? It's active? Because I see a signature in the clouds. Yes. See the big scalar square here? Spoke, 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 spoke. Spoke all the way out to sea. Spoke all the way at first that way. That one continues down. It's a radar beam. It's a radar station here. So when they take the radars down, you're not taking down the ability for the signature in the clouds to be seen. You're idiots. Or you think that the people that you govern are idiots. And that's the Harvey Bay area. That's why I say I'm not used to seeing some of these radars showing that I'm seeing signatures on. Right? What the hell is generating a cloud out here? Is there a factory out there? You got a ship parked there steaming it up. He's under full steam. My goodness. Flow boundary here. Flow boundary here. Device. Scalar square of energy can be caused by many devices. It's all set to pin everything here. There's your sticks. Flow lines. It controls where the wind comes in. It's easy to see after years and years of watching. So let me show you what you can expect this weekend, because there's a few people on the move politically that I'm watching. But the cells are getting very, very superior. I better go over this one too. I was going to do let's do the play out, and then I'm going to come up here and show you who's getting fucked up here right now. But that was 6 hours ago. I don't remember there really being much up here right now. Yeah, I don't. That kind of surprised me a bit. But I digress. So I wanted to, let's rain and thunder and show the rumbles and show you at Canberra. You're going to have some dry coming for the weekend, and I look forward to telling you. But Melbourne, you don't. So let's roll through this. And let's get rid of some of these tabs. And it might have dropped my signal a bit. Hail at the Glasshound Mountains, I just read very briefly. And let's just redo this. And roll tape. This should be showing me the forecast, the rains and thunders. As you can see, it's kind of locked it out. Ah, fucking son of a bitch. Right, I'm just going to tell you the totals now. Yeah, I was getting pissed off. I'm just going to tell you. Yeah. You got some rain coming this weekend, Melbourne. You're looking at about a couple centimeters. Okay? And it's going to be fiercely windy. Sydney, again, yeah, you got some rain that should be ending. I had it written down. Where is it? It was coming out by Friday morning. So you should have a good weekend for some of your events in the park, unless the chem change their mind. That Saturday should be a good day. So should Sunday. But with geoengineering, I could change at any time. Looks like some white supremacists with masks on their face and black clothing intend to infiltrate a protest that has been planned for a long time. And that's what the news is reporting here, that your Australia protest, that's what it's about, that it's racial shit. And what a shame. And how come people don't show their faces? It could be our oppressors themselves dressed up like that, causing trouble just to make sure you can't do things. Like parked in a boat ramp, for instance. Somebody made a great comment about that. How do you know they don't have a little inflatable boat or something inside and they have a boat for the ramp? So I'm curious about the rules for that. Yes, learn your common law when you're being treated like a commoner. Remember that. So here's your big bitch. This is going to come through during the overnight hours of Saturday through Sunday morning. Right? It's really brewing up a hell of a start with all that chemicals that they attacked you with, carpet bombed your ass with. Vast areas have been contaminated. I don't know another word for it without swearing. Well, a little bit of winter action coming up there through Monday, but I only wanted to do the weekend. Right? And you could face some fair totals. They're going to accumulate, but it's nothing that you can't handle. I was more worried about these quick runs that you're getting when like those flash flooding issues that I'm expecting to see in that one town, right? Is the mountain areas where it's going to drop most of its condensates, right? So this road out here is going to get a bit nice. The M1, Bunyip, that's a good name. Yep. Shape, Yeah, I think it might be a bit higher than that, up to the 4 centimeter mark. Yeah, that's about right. And it's going to come through fair quick. Like most of that is going to be a fair quick event. So from the nothings to the something. So the event's going to start during them overnight hours, like I said, and it's going to lead to some fair totals. So batten down the hatches. You got this, right? I don't think all these totals are going to stay all across the shore coming through the weekend. So we're going to have to watch. We'll see what they do Sunday, because during the week you're going to get wet along the Bruce. Right, I can see that plain as day, and even the camera's showing that. You know, those corridors of flow that I drew, but there's another one that's coming down to sea here, and another one here, and a big gap from here to here. Right, it's really set that flow up for that area. Yeah, it's really easy to see. Hey, where's Mr. Squiggles? He's gone away. Mr. Squiggles gone away. There's a big beam sweat there. We had a large earthquake, but I'm not going to cover. Right, there's your main flow lines from the tropics. There's your main flow line cut off from the west. So the only way things can get in is to come up that way, and to come across from here. So all the dynamics of that spinning here, because this is the weak side of the EMF. This is strong side EMF. Strong, weak. You can tell by the kind of shape line. And this is sweeping down. I watched the way the haze was going. The haze. So it's really easy to see. Yeah, those totals seem pretty valid for your area there. In this area here, your flow lines are pretty well spelled out from down here. Yeah, I can show you this one. Yeah, since they don't want to give me a good image and worldview, I just do it different. Right, you see this haze here? It's coming right from here in Hobart. There's a big device there. It's deployed. It's super darn. And it's also deployed in that direction here across the Tasman. It pretty much locks the flow. You see another one through here, here, and here. You've got a ship right there out at sea in that spot. It's causing more perturbations. It really pinned this flow, and it's got the center of this that's going to dive south. All its momentum is bringing a lot of crap across to you. And man, it's just nothing short of a chemical attack. I don't know any other way to put it. Just to say honestly, Melbourne, what in the fuck did they do to you today? This is the tail end of it. After it's already been over, they got some more coming in the night. The night creeper is coming. Look at that. This is the stuff you're going to be falling out and breathing tonight. That's coming. Adelaide's getting the vapors. The whole road down here is getting the vapors where those heavy totals are expected to occur. Now, next, the worldview shows nothing short of a fucking crime scene. Yeah, it's a crime scene. But when you got a genocide going unreported, and they tell you something that is the opposite, then what the fuck can you expect over your country? You're lying about what happened in Palestine. They're going to lie what the hell they're doing to you. See that there? What does that look like? It look like a natural cloud to you? Doesn't to me. Looks like a man-made cloud. Don't tell me that's fake. What's this triangle here? You got a TRB up there deploying something? What's going on over there over Mount Martha? Martha, they're poisoning your muffin. They're stuffing your muffin with chemicals. You see these V shapes here? That ain't right for natural storms. This is directing a disaster. This is absolutely toxifying lung. It's absolutely going to be used to sell some kind of a vaccine or solution for you to put in your body, instead of the solution being stop spraying my sky with shit. Stop putting the dust that makes us sneeze, and we'll stop sneezing. Bunch of old hags, ain't they? They won't haggle, but they gather around and haggle. They're going to kill the Kundas. What the hell? They kill Gunda. Poor Gunda. Gunda Saka. Ooga, ooga. Look at this fucking sky over here, Ocean Grove. Streamers of death. Tell me more about immigration being a problem. This is a fucking problem. This has no visa. This is deployed in international waters by something in this one spot. I just want to knock on heads with a fisted cane and say, anybody home, McFly? Anybody home? Knock, knock, knock. Oh, Mike. Yeah, weather looks like shit. And I've got something on the horizon for New Zealand, and we'll give you the quickest heads up about it. It's going to be the back half of the 10s. I've seen an event that's going to include you guys down here, and you guys down here. Okay, so we'll nail all that down, because the back half of the month is looking fucking horrendous. looking horrendous. And I was seeing totals near 20 centimeters hitting some of these mountains, and that always leads to disastrous flash floods. So we got to keep an eye on what happens next week. Yeah. And there was one beam down here that I don't think caused that earthquake in New Zealand, so I ain't going to say so. Somebody asked me, and that's my answer. So I'm not going to say so. Why? Because I don't think so. But back half's all showing big totals. Yeah, when they want to flood you out, they will. When they want you to not protest, they can make it rain, they can make it thunder, they can send somebody there with a tin badge, and if you don't know your rights, they're going to do the wrong. That's all there is to it. I'm showing very heavy totals. That's your weekend outlook. It's been done. Yeah, Perth, yours is quicker. Yours is quicker, right? But it wasn't enough for me to worry about. You get your stars now, and then I want to have a look at what's raging up through the far north. This is a dangerous line. Oh, come on. You see the spike right here in the V shapes? It don't take me much to know that the radar is active somewhere. It's beaming a storm. Yeah, this looks like a fair amount, but it doesn't look super duper. And once it goes through these mountains, if some of them winds are going to pick up, because it's going to compress the storm a bit, and then when you decompress it, when it goes into a valley, it tends to really whip it up. So be very careful watching this line as it proceeds across Western Australia throughout the rest of the night tonight. And they're not showing no big nothings. Nobody does. Let's get rid of some of these particles. See, they was showing no big to-dos, and I'm happy about that. So let's go up here again, have a quick peek at this radar, what's going on with this particular mass of crap that I noticed. They're going across, that's the Cough storm, that's the Brizzy storm. And this is the one that's just outside of Harvey Bay. And that one's going to get a bit violent the closer it gets towards the bay itself, because the warm water is really going to affect it. A lot of ions being whipped in the air with the surf. I'm sure that's going to go right over your house, Rod and Rach, and a few other people. So batten down the hatch. It's going to be quite a rumbler, actually. Expecting some dangerous lightning with that. So standing underneath the trees is something you don't do in a lightning storm, in case somebody ever didn't tell you that. And don't go around swinging your golf club around. Yeah, I'm watching. And see if anything else is going on with this one. And then I'm going to hang up. What we got here over the abstinent spots. Yeah, that's just a normal storm. You got this. You got this. Yeah, New Zealand, there's much to report for you today, so why wind anybody up? I just want you to have a heads up, that's all. So, chemical attack, they passed some gas. Look at this shit out here over the Tasman Sea. Look at bombaciousness. The whole world, there's no place safe. That's another thing people ask me. What's safe? You told me when that's blowing in the wind. When it takes years for that to fall out. The question is, when will it be safe? Not where will it safe. And it won't be safe until we all say, no more, as Mother Earth, the system's whore. That is all. I'm going to explode. I'm going to absolutely go boom. Big love, stay safe, peace.